What's up, traders? In this video, I'm going to share how I doubled my trading profits in April compared to March, taking half as many trades. Top step payouts locked in as well in April, all using one strategy, one setup, one trade a day, the IB25. So how did I do it? Well, let's get into it. Okay, so let's take a look at the stats for March. And with March, it was an okay trading month. We were just about green on the month, but for me, it was just too many trades, 18 trading days. There was only 1, 2, 3, 4 days where I actually didn't take a trade. And for my particular strategy, I'm not going to have A+ setups every single day. I'm going to have to be patient on some days. And I admit there were days here, many days, where I took lower quality setups. And as a result, I took more losses and it just affected my P&L for this month because it should have been better. I had plenty of green days here in this month. But if we look at April, now look at this here. This is what is incredible because this is 9 days of trade, 9 trades basically compared to the 18 from March. Half as many trades taken, double the amount of profit. I mean, what does that scream? Patience pays. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Let's be honest, right? To go and look at this week as an example, to take a win here and then wait for 3 days where I had to not be tempted by the lower quality setups. Wait for a much better entry here, a much higher quality setup to take and get the win. So it took a lot of patience on my part to be able to wait for those higher quality setups. But I was able to take more high quality setups, which meant fewer trades, but double the P&L, okay? Now, all of this was done using the IB25 strategy. So if you haven't already, watch my previous video. The link is somewhere over here. And basically, watch it. It's going to show you the entries, the exits, and everything in between that you need to learn about this strategy, okay? But what I want to do in this video, I want to get and do basically a deep dive into the wins, the losses, and later in the video, I'm going to show the trades that I didn't take, which I think are going to be of particular value to you guys. So it's going to help you to be able to identify, oh, should I be taking this trade? Should I not be taking this trade? What does a high quality setup look like? What does a low quality setup look like? I'm going to get more into those at the end of the video as well. So stick around for that. But first of all, let's go over some of the winning trades, okay? And let's have a look at the first trade of the month, shall we? The 1st of April, okay? And if we look here, this is what the trade looked like at the start, okay? And I like this because we've had a nice bounce here off the daily VWAP, which is good. We've now surged higher through the New York VWAP. We've smashed through it and buyers have got strength here. The VWAP is the right formation because the low has formed first, the high has formed second. So we are more likely to go and break the IB high first. The probabilities, the stats strongly support that. So I'm liking this trade so far. And if we look here at the indices, YM is not massively helpful. It's a bit of chop there. And although you could argue the VWAP is flat on ES here, we are above both of the VWAPs at the time. So that's enough for me to be able to go, okay, I'm looking here for trades to the upside. Even knowing we've got a divergent ES, we're above the VWAPs here. We're holding it nicely. These wicks are showing we're holding it very, very nicely at the moment. So I'm going to take the trade here. So it's a nice trade. And if we look here at how it actually played out, it turned out to be a great trade. We got in here on the limit order at the IB25 and price moved very quickly in my favor towards the IB high. And I got out just before the IB high break here for a nice little scalp. So it was a really quick in and out, 5 minutes, done. So it was a beautiful way to start the month, okay? Playing basically the right side of the VWAPs and making sure that we are going in the right direction of the IB formation here. Low form first, high form second, more likely to break the IB high. So using the stats, using the VWAP, very, very important. But let's have a look at another trade. Let's have a look at, let's go for this one here. And let's have a look at how it started. Well, it started something like this, okay? We're above the daily VWAP, which if you haven't watched it already, watch the VWAP video that I've made previously as well. I go over the daily VWAP, the New York VWAP, and I go into more detail about how I use VWAPs in general. So watch that video for sure. But sellers tried to take control here, but then buyers have taken it with strength, and we've not closed below the VWAP since, which is fantastic, okay? And we're looking for a move to the upside. Low form first, high form second, so we're more likely to break the IB high. Loving how that trade is looking so far. The indices are looking even better on this trade because YM is above both of the VWAPs, and then ES basically looks exactly the same as NQ. So I love that when they look exactly the same as each other. And this is how the trade played out. We had a nice little bounce off the New York VWAP. Price then moved higher. I had a limit order waiting here for it, and I entered here. The price level shows the IB25 level, okay? And look at this. Apart from a little bit of drawdown, it was basically sweet sailing all the way to the IB high where we got out there. So that was just a really lovely trade again, a nice little high quality setup. And let's look at one more. Let's look at maybe one towards the end of the month, okay? What do I like about this again? Well, apart from sellers trying to take control at the start, buyers took control with strength, and we haven't closed below the VWAP since. Very important. The lowest form first, the highest form second. So we're looking for a little pullback here to the IB25 and then targeting the IB high. So you can see already with these higher quality setups, we're looking at how many candles are closing below or above the VWAP, and we're looking to be trading in the right direction of the IB formation. Low form first, high form second, more likely to break the IB high. And here is how the trade actually played out. You can see here, we had the IB25 level just here. It has moved up a little bit, you can see here, but that's because price pushed high, because I'm often front running the IB. I get many questions of, do I enter after 10:30 when the IB is set? And I don't. And you're allowed to enter before the IB is set. I think some people believe that, no, you cannot enter before the IB says, well, you can. And I'm not saying you should, but for my strategy, I often front run it by 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that, because I'm looking for the IB high break, or at least trading towards the direction of the IB high. And with this trade here, I entered here, nice bounce off the New York VWAP, and I actually exited for a nice scalp before we even broke the IB high. So sometimes I'll just scalp it before it even breaks the IB high or the IB low. So these were the winning trades for the month, which is great. But let's have a look at a losing trade, okay? Now, this is going to sound super, super weird, but I actually love this loss. I felt so good after this loss because I took so many losses in March and I was so disappointed with taking low quality setups. But this was my best loss of the year. And that's how you should be feeling about your losses if you're taking losses based on your A+ high quality setups. And if we look at this trade here, I love it so far because, basically sellers have been in control for the entire session. We barely had a close above the VWAP. Sellers in full control. Nice little rejection here. We've got the high of the IB formed first, low has formed second. So more likely we are going to break the IB low. Everything is looking good. So I'm just looking for a nice little retracement to the IB 25 and to take a trade there, okay? And if we look at how this actually played out, well, unfortunately, we did get our entry here at the IB25. I put the low of day anchored VWAP to what the low of day was at the time. And unfortunately, price just then moved higher and it broke out here. But what I loved about this loss was I cut it quick. My stop loss was about here and I cut it nicely around about here. So cut it for a small loss. My risk was not too high on this trade as well, meaning it was just a small loss on what was a highly probable trade. This had a 82% chance of winning and it didn't. And I'm more than happy to lose on trades like that are high quality, that are the right side of the VWAPs, right side of the IB formation, okay? So that was a great loss to take, okay? Now, I promised I would go over trades that I didn't take, and I think these are more important than maybe even the winning trades you could argue. Let's have a look first at Monday, the 27th of April. And with this one here, right, you'll see the difference if you've been watching how I've been talking about VWAP, okay? First of all, we've got close above, close on, close below, close above, close above, close above, close below, close above, close below. And the VWAP, as a result, because we're getting these closes above and below the VWAP, it's very, very flat. That's telling me that neither buyers nor sellers are in control. So with this already, although because the IB high is formed first and the IB low is formed second, technically I should be looking for trades to the downside, right? But because this is so choppy, I'm thinking, I don't know. It could go this way. It could go this way according to the VWAP. Do I want to take that chance? Not really, because I took those in March and I lost a lot of them. Okay. And if we look at how this trade actually played out here, I would have got in on a IB25 level just here, and it would have immediately have wicked me out. It just would have been a horrendous trade to take. And I'm so happy that I didn't take it. I listened to the VWAP and it paid me by making me not take the loss, which was really, really important there. Now, if we look at another one, let's look at let's look at the next one, okay, here, okay? And for this one, you could argue here, yes, okay, we are the right side of all the VWAPs here at the moment. Great, okay? So you're thinking this is a highly probable setup. Brilliant, okay? But then if we actually look at the indices here and we look at YM, well, YM is incredibly bearish. And then ES as well, although the lowest form first and the highest form second, we are really choppy around this VWAP here. And actually, we've had the majority of candles close below the VWAP. The ES is weak. Okay. And as a result, I'm thinking, there is a chance here that NQ could just drop. Okay. Because usually I find that NQ tends to follow ES a little bit more recently. And if we look at how the trade actually played out, we never got the move to the IB25, and price did indeed just drop. It fell because ES was weaker, it was dropping, and NQ just followed it. And that was just where listening to the big picture really helped me there, avoided me taking a lower quality setup, okay? And let's take a look at one more. Let's take a look at Friday, the 10th of April, okay? And I didn't actually mark this. Really, really annoying of me to not mark this one up, but I have got it ready for you guys just here. And if we look at this here, what do you see again? What do you see? You see close below just, okay? And then close above, close below, close below, close above, close above, close below. It's just constant chop. And as a result, look at the VWAP. The VWAP never lies. If it's flat, it's choppy, and there's not a lot of buyers nor sellers in control here at all. So for me, the direction was just not very clear. You know, with the high form first and the low form second, you could argue we should have been looking for trades here. But with the VWAP so flat, could have gone either way, and it actually did go in the opposite direction. So once again, just avoiding a low quality setup there was just super, super important. Okay, guys? So I'm hoping from this video, you managed to understand how I managed to actually double my profits taking half as many trades. And I think those trades that I stayed out of were particularly important. And going forward into May and going forward into the rest of the year, I'm going to be looking to be a lot more strict like I was in April with my trade entries. Being okay with walking away for the day is a superpower. It will save you a lot of money. You do not need to trade every day. And hopefully in this video, I've convinced you of that. So hope you enjoyed it, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe. It makes a massive difference to the channel as it continues to grow so superbly. And until the next video, see you soon, guys.